Hi ladies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Guys, I'm finally filming the most long-awaited video ever. I have literally been meaning to film this for like a while now, and I feel like it just wasn't the right time. Anyways, as you guys read by today's title, I'm finally going to be filming my full BBL Q&A and my complications experience story. So I've attempted to film this video maybe like 2 other times and it just didn't work out. Like, I feel like I would record it and then I just didn't like the way I talked about stuff because I would kind of like avoid certain things or like certain topics, but that was because I wasn't ready to speak on it yet. Now I feel like I'm just finally ready. Like, I feel like I kind of just want to answer your guys' questions because I do get a lot of questions about my BBL. So the other day I posted a TikTok and it was basically just me talking about things that I wish I knew before getting a BBL. And on that TikTok I received so many questions, so I did screenshot a few of the questions. I also posted a little question box on my Instagram stories for you guys to ask me any additional questions you guys had, and you guys asked me some really good questions. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should definitely follow me on Instagram because I feel like I'm the most consistent on Instagram and TikTok. I feel like I'm most active on those 2 apps. So yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the questions. I think I'm gonna answer all of the questions first, and then later on, once I'm done answering the questions, I will talk to you guys about my complication experience. So the #1 question, of course, is what doctor did you go to? So if you watched my BBL vlog, which is a couple videos down, you guys can go watch it. I will also link it down below for you guys. I did show my doctor in my BBL vlog, so if you watched it, you would know, but I did go to Tijuana, Mexico, and I went to Dr. Luciano Alonso. The next most asked question, literally probably in every single one of my lives and in every single TikTok, I get asked, how much did I pay? So I paid a total of $11,000, and that included Lipo 360 plus BBL and a breast lift with implants. And you might be like, whoa, implants, like, girl, we didn't know you had implants. Well, that's where like the whole complications come in. I will get into that a little bit later when I tell you guys like the full story or whatever. So somebody said, what faja do you use? So my doctor provided the full body length faja that you have to use 3 months post-op, up until 3 months post-op, and it's just like a full body up to your knees faja with some straps. I'll insert a picture here if I can find it. I don't know what brand it was. I think it was like Myrina or something like that. But you only have to wear that 3 months, and then after that you can either just wear it only at night or waist train or do whatever you'd like. I did forget to mention I am 6 months post-op. Literally, I will be exactly 6 months post-op in 3 days because my surgery was May 26th of 2023 and it is December 23rd today. So I am 6 months post-op. So now I am waist training. I no longer wear the full body length faja at all. I just waist train, and my waist trainer is from Sol Beauty and Care. I do get a lot of questions on my waist trainer. Yeah, it is from Sol Beauty and Care, and it is in a size extra small for reference. Somebody said, can you do an Amazon storefront with the products that you bought? Yes, I will link my Amazon storefront down below. And I will add all of the products that I used for my BBL. Literally everything that I used was actually from Amazon. If you watched my pack with me video, my pack with me for my BBL video, I showed you guys everything that I packed and everything that I used pretty much. The next question was, do you recommend your BBL doctor? So aside from all of the complications that I had, I feel like I do recommend him. Like, I would definitely go back to him. Not for a round 2 or anything, but like if I could go back in time, would I still go to him? Yes. He really knows how to leave you a good shape. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but I feel like I've seen other procedures done where like it's a BBL, right? So they give you a nice butt, but then they don't really give you a nice shape along with it. So yeah, I feel like he really knows what he's doing and he knows how to give you that good shape. I guess it just depends what you ask for, but I definitely asked for like an hourglass shape and he definitely nailed it. The next question was, did you get any fibrosis? By the way, you look so good. Thank you. I don't think I got any fibrosis, not that I'm aware of at least. I did do all of my massages, so no, I don't think I got any fibrosis. Somebody said, do you recommend it? Was it worth it? Would you go to a different place if you could? I would not go to a different place if I could go back in time, just because I really like my results, like genuinely really like my results. So I feel like I wouldn't change anything about it. Obviously the complications I had suck, and like that's just life, you know, like I can't, you know, that's just the way life goes. Anyways, this next question is a little bit funny. It says, was it a bit easier to get the BBL surgery because your mom had one done too? Like what? No. Yes and no. I feel like it was good to have someone, if you guys didn't know, my mom went with me. It was good to have someone that like had already gone through it, you know what I mean? My mom got her surgery like years ago, so like it's not recent, but a lot of things she did have knowledge on. So I guess that made it a little bit easier, was that I kind of had her to be like, hey, is this normal or whatever? But not on the pain or anything. Like it was still super painful, and yeah, I don't know. This next question says, where did you get your massages? So I got all of my massages done at the recovery house. I did stay at a recovery house, which I 100% recommend. I will get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I got all of my massages done at the recovery house. This next question is, what kind of results did you ask for? I posted a picture the other day on my Instagram stories of my body before surgery, you guys, and I literally, like, I had a nice little waist, I guess, but I was just straight. Like I was kind of shaped like a box. I had really like noticeable hip dips is what it was. So whenever I came to asking my doctor what results I wanted, I definitely made sure to ask him like for the shape, like the front view shape, you know, like I wanted an hourglass shape. Like I was so tired of my hip dips. I just didn't like them. And a butt, like I also wanted a butt, which I did get. But a butt is so much easier to grow, and you can't really grow hips. Like you can't grow your hip dips or like make a different illusion for them. So yeah, I did ask him for an hourglass shape. This next question reads, do you still get body dysmorphia even after your BBL? And sadly, the answer to this is yes. I still get body dysmorphia, which sucks because it's like, girl, you just got your body done. Like, are you supposed to love it? And I do, you guys. I'm genuinely so happy with my results. But there is sometimes where like, I will look at myself in the mirror and I'll be like, oh, like, why am I built like that? Like I could look better or something. And then there's other days where I look at myself and I'm like obsessed with myself. It's like 90% of the time that I'm obsessed with myself. But I don't know, I just love my results some days, and then I do have a few days where it's like, oh, I don't like this about it. But I do kind of try to tell myself like, girl, relax, like you got your body done, like you shouldn't have these issues anymore. But yes, I still get body dysmorphia. This next question says, would you recommend that recovery house again? Let me talk about my recovery house, you guys. It was amazing. Like it was so good. It was a 10 out of 10. I think I paid $1,200, a little over $1,200 for a week stay at the recovery house. I did stay at BBL Recovery House in Tijuana, Mexico, and I paid that amount because my mom stayed with me. So we ended up getting like a private room, because normally like they do shared rooms, meaning like people go alone to their surgeries and then they like share a room with like another person that had surgery. I don't know if that makes sense, whatever. So me and my mom ended up getting like a little private room. That's why I paid a little extra. But yeah, other than that, it was so good. Like my experience at the recovery house was so good, you guys. Their nursing staff was amazing. Like they do everything for you. Definitely, I kind of honestly, I feel like the price was definitely worth it because they literally do everything for you, you guys. They feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They literally will shower you, comb your hair, like change you, wash your clothes. It's just so much that they do. It was so amazing, you guys. And I'm so like I was just in so much pain. Like I was a little baby for this. And they were so gentle with me. Like their nursing staff was so amazing. So yes, I would definitely recommend the recovery house that I stayed at. Somebody else asked, does the surgeon offer a complete package with the recovery house, or did you find it? So no, what I paid, the $11,000 that I paid to my surgeon did not come with the recovery house. Like the recovery house was a separate payment, but my doctor did connect me with them. Like he helped me find them because he was asking me so many questions, like where are you gonna stay at? Like he was very like thorough with me, which is also why I went to this surgeon, was because he was very thorough with me. I think I had messaged like previously like 2 other surgeons and they were just not like what I expected, I guess. I don't know, but this surgeon, like, he was very thorough with me. Like, he explained to me everything through text. Like, he even asked me, like, where are you gonna stay, like, it's very important where you're gonna stay at, blah blah blah. So yeah, he ended up connecting me with that recovery house. This next question reads, how long were you in Mexico for? So I was in Mexico for, I think, exactly a week. I was in Mexico from Thursday and then came back home the next Thursday, which probably is my biggest regret, is that I didn't stay there long enough. Like, if I would have stayed in the recovery house maybe like a week longer, I feel like things could have gone a little bit differently. So yeah, my advice to you is definitely stay longer if you feel like you need it. I came back home way too soon, I think, but that's just the way it was. This next question says, would you get a second BBL? So no, I feel like no, but ask me again in a couple years, girl. Just kidding. Right now, no. Like, right now, a second BBL is definitely not in my thoughts, because I'm really happy with my results, and I want to look natural still. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I want to look normal but with a butt. I don't know, like, so I feel like if I were to get a second BBL, I would look so much more noticeable. I don't know, but as of right now. All right, the next question I was asked was, after getting your BBL, what would you change about it? So like I said, I am really in love with my results, so I feel like I wouldn't change anything about it. I feel like honestly, I'm not even trying to sound like conceited or anything, but I feel like I really like how I look, so I feel like there's nothing I would change about it. Like, I really like how natural it looks. Like, I don't look too crazy or botched, I think, at least. This next question says, are you still hinchada? Hinchada means swollen. How long did it take for your swelling to go down? You look amazing, by the way. Thank you. So no, I'm not still swollen. Clearly, I don't think I am. Honestly, I was super swollen. Like, if you watched my BBL vlog, you would literally see how I literally looked like a puffer fish. Like, my fingers were like so big, and I was just so shook. I was just like, dang, like, I couldn't believe how swollen I got. But honestly, I think it took maybe like a month for the swelling to fully go down. No, maybe like 2 months for like the swelling to fully go down, I think. I don't know, but like, yeah, I was super swollen. Somebody said, how long should you say we need to stay after a BBL in Tijuana before we fly back home? So like I just said not that long ago, that was my biggest regret, was not staying long enough. I feel like if I would have stayed a little longer, it was a little better. So honestly, I feel like I would recommend you staying there at least 2 weeks. At least. Literally least. Like, or honestly, just go based off of what your body tells you. But I would have wished to stay there like at least 3 more nights, literally. Like, or I don't know, like maybe a week longer. But yeah, I didn't, and it sucks. You can't go back in time. But that was my biggest regret. This next one says, what advice would you give someone getting a BBL? I made a whole TikTok about this if you guys want to go to my TikTok. It's pretty much just saying things that I wish I knew before getting a BBL. I did mention like a couple of things in that video. I think my biggest advice, like my biggest advice, if I had to give you one thing of advice, would be don't set your expectations too high, because then if you don't get those results, it'll literally like mess you up mentally. Like, I feel like I was speaking to one of the girls. So whenever I went to my post-op appointment at the clinic, I was talking to one of the other girls that had just had surgery with the same surgeon I did, and she was telling me how she didn't really like her results. Like, she wanted a bigger butt. She's like, I'm gonna tell him, like, this is not what I wanted. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, when I looked at myself at first, I was like, why do I look the same? But in my TikTok video, I also did mention, like, your results are not instant. Like, you kind of change throughout time. So like, what I look like now, I did not look like this immediately after surgery or a month after surgery. Like, kind of like even a month after surgery, like I would look at myself and I'm like, why do I look the same? Like, I felt the same, I looked the same. I'm like, what happened? Like, where's the change, you know? But I feel like you slowly start to see change, or at least I did. So I think just don't set your expectations too high. This next one was, how much was your grand total? I already said it was 11K. Honestly, like, I feel like in total, like the flights, the recovery house, and then my procedure, I think I spent maybe like around 13 to 14,000, I think. This next question says, how bad was the pain? Girl, the pain was literally a 10 out of 10. Like, it was so painful. I just can't believe it was that painful. I didn't expect for a BBL to be that painful. I think what hurts the most is lipo. Like when you're getting your massages done, it literally burns. Like I don't know how else to explain it. I literally felt like I was on fire. Like it just burns. I don't know how to explain it, but it burns so bad. And it's like a weird pain. Like it's just like a weird different type of pain. And I feel like all along in my head, I was just kept telling myself like, it's gonna be worth it, it's gonna be worth it. Like I literally would have tears in my eyes, you guys, from the massages. So a massage lady would come in every day, and that's who I would get my massages with. And you guys, I literally would have like tears in my eyes. Like I would just be bawling my eyes out, like telling myself like, it's gonna be worth it, it's gonna be worth it, it's gonna be worth it. Like that was the only thing that kind of kept me going, I feel like, is that I would tell myself like, it's gonna be worth it. Like just trust me, like trust myself, I guess. But yeah, so I got all my massages done at the recovery house, and then whenever I came back home, my mom finished all of my massages. So the lady that used to do my massages, she kind of taught my mom like how to do them, because obviously my mom didn't really know how. And then when we got home, she's the one that like finished my massages. This next question says, what is the weight you need to be at to get your BBL? So prior to getting my BBL, I used to weigh 155, I think I was. Yes, I used to weigh 155. And then after my BBL, now I weigh 145, I think. I go from like 145 to 144, 146. So I'm like 144 to 146 is my weight now. So I did drop like what, those 10 pounds. For me, it wasn't a requirement by my doctor. Like when I sent my doctor my pictures and stuff, it was never a requirement like, oh, you need to gain weight, like I can't do this procedure on you. But I did gain a little bit of weight on my own. I literally just thought like I needed to gain more weight so my butt could be bigger, which is literally nonsense. Like it's not true. He could have done the BBL regardless if I would have gained weight. But yeah, I did gain a little bit of weight prior to getting my surgery. And yeah, now I weigh 146. A little random fact, you guys, after your procedure, you are literally on so many meds, like so many pain meds, that you get constipated. And like whenever you have your first poop, TMI, but whenever you have your first poop, it's like such an accomplishment. Literally, like this is something that I would have never known unless I went through it. Like nobody ever told me this, like that you were not going to be able to poop for like a few days. Literally, I think I didn't poop for like 3 days, 4 days maybe. And they would ask me every day, like at the recovery house, like the nurses would come in to give me my pain meds, which is also a huge plus, you guys. Like staying at the recovery house, they would come in at the certain time that I needed to take my pain meds, and they would give me my pain meds. So I didn't even have to keep track of that. Like they did everything for you. It was just so amazing. But yeah, they would ask me literally like every single day, like, have you pooped, have you pooped, have you pooped? And I'm like, no. Like I didn't realize how constipated you get. So literally, like finally when you have your first poop, which one is super uncomfortable because you can't even sit down correctly, like you can't even do anything correctly, like you're so useless. It sucks so bad. And yeah, it was just like you just felt like bloated. Like, I think towards like the 3rd day that I couldn't poop, I literally couldn't eat. Like I told my mom, like I can't eat. Like I feel like if I eat, I'm gonna throw up, which I did throw up. I think I threw up like my 4th night. I think my 4th night was probably like my worst night. And no, it might have been my 3rd night. I don't know. But one of the nights I literally threw up, and I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, it's because I can't poop. Like I literally had to get the food out of me one way or another. So I literally threw up because I was so full. But then shortly after, I think I did poop. But yeah, you guys, it's so crazy. Like these are things that like I would have never known and nobody ever told me. Also just how like weak I was. I would literally like get up and like 5 seconds later I felt like I was gonna faint. Like they would have little alcohol wipes like on standby for me. They were so nice, and they'd be like, smell the alcohol, because like obviously they would have to pick me up to like go shower and stuff like that. And I was just so weak. I also think because I was left super skinny. Like this doctor, I kid you guys not, he took out like every little freaking bit of fat that he possibly could have. So I was like, I just had lost so much fat, like that. And like obviously fat comes with blood. So I had lost so much blood, so much fat, that I was just so weak. So now getting into my little complication story. So where do I even start? Okay, so I've always had pretty big girlies. I just had always had pretty big boobs, I thought, at least. And obviously with like weight comes sagginess. So I had like really saggy boobs, which TMI, whatever. So whenever I had originally scheduled for my BBL, that's the only thing I had scheduled for with him was my BBL. And then I kind of thought about it later, and I'm like, honestly, like if my boobs are such an insecurity to me, because they kind of were, I don't know, a little bit. I was like, why don't I just get my boobs done? Like, might as well, you know, like do it 2 in 1, which was so bad. Like, I should have never thought like that, but whatever. I was like, I might as well just get like 2 procedures done at once. Like, it'll just be fine, whatever. So I ended up like texting my doctor and being like, hey, like how much more will you charge me to get my boobs done? So I was like, how much more would he charge me to get like my boobs done? I was like, I need a breast lift. And then I was like, well, if I'm already getting a breast lift, might as well throw an implant in there. Like, I would love to have small perky boobs, which now thinking about it, like a breast lift and implants is literally like contradicting itself. It's like so clashing. Like, how are you trying to go smaller but then like stretch it out? I don't know, it just didn't make sense. Anyways, he ended up quoting me whatever. That's why I ended up paying $11,000, was because my BBL was $6,000, and then for like the breast lift job was $5,000. So I ended up paying a total of $11,000. Everything was fine, I kid you guys not. And then I come back home. This is why I'm saying like I should have stayed at the recovery house longer, because everything when I was at the recovery house, everything was fine. Like, everything was flowing fine. They didn't see anything. Like, I went to my follow-up appointment with my doctor and everything was fine. But then when I came back home, one of my boobs was healing perfectly fine. Like, she was literally thriving, and my other boob just wasn't. Like, it was healing but not completely. So I was just like a little bit worried, but then my mom was like, no, you'll be fine, whatever. And as time went by, like, it was just not healing. Like, literally, it just wouldn't heal. I was like, what the heck? Like, I would get more and more freaked out as days went on. And I was texting my doctor, like letting him know what was going on and stuff, and he would just tell me like, okay, blah 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 blah, whatever. Anyways, fast forward to literally, like, it just wouldn't heal. If you don't know, when they do a breast lift, they kind of cut you up, right, to make your boobs smaller. The thing that wouldn't heal was my incision. So like, my incision just wouldn't close. Like, they sewed it together, but it just wouldn't close. I don't know if that makes sense. So I ended up having like a little hole in my boob, literally. And as days went on, like, I thought it would get better, but it only got worse. It literally got so bad, guys, to the point where like I flew all the way back to Tijuana, which is where I had my surgery done. And I went to go see my doctor, and he was like, no, like, it's fine, like, it'll heal. And I was like, okay. So like, obviously when a doctor tells you like something is gonna heal, you kind of believe them, right? They're a doctor. So I was just like, okay, he says it's gonna heal, whatever. He prescribed me like this cream. Literally, my boob was so infected. It was so crazy to even look back at now. Like, it's so insane. Moral of the story is my breast never healed. Literally, I literally felt, you guys know that one scene in Twilight where like she breaks up with her boyfriend and like the time is just going by? That's literally how I felt, you guys. Like, time would just go by and I was still stuck, like, not healed, you know. I was healed from my BBL. Everything besides my one boob was healed, and it just sucked because I was like, I was so stuck. I feel like I wasn't depressed. My family says that I was. They're like, oh my god, you were so depressed. And I'm like, no, I wasn't. I didn't feel depressed, but you guys, I literally was so stuck for 3 months. Like, that's how long it took me to finally heal. Not like heal, okay, backtrack. So my boob ended up just not healing. I ended up having to get surgery to get my implants taken out, because that's the only way. Kind of like my body rejected the implants, I guess. That was literally the only way that my body was gonna heal, is if I got the implants taken out. Literally, you guys, get this, my surgery was May 26th and I got my implants taken out in August. So I was June and July. That's 2 months that I was struggling with my breast not healing. And originally, like, whenever I had my first encounter about like my whole boob not healing thing, they had offered me like, okay, we'll just take them out, or you can try this cream and see if it heals. So I kind of was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try. Like, I'm just gonna try it, and at least I can say I tried. Like, I really tried to heal it or whatever. So yeah, I could have had my implant taken out like way before that, but I ended up trying the cream. The cream was working a little bit, and then it just went super downhill that it didn't work. And my boob was just so infected that I literally had to have these implants like taken out. So I had my implants taken out in August. This was already like the third month that I was going through like so much stuff. It was just like so insane to me. Like I had never gone through anything like this, obviously. And in that moment, like I would search up everything. Like I would search up like infected boob job, or like what happens if your boob doesn't heal after a boob job. I would search up anything I could, and I found nothing, you guys, nothing. That's why I'm like, dang, like it's so crazy how people don't speak up about this, because I'm like, there's literally no way in the world that I was the first person on earth that happened to, you know, that like my body rejected the implant. I'm like, there's no way I'm the only person on earth. So I'm like, how do people not speak up about this? Like I would search so much to see, like, to get kind of like a little bit of hope. I just wanted to see like if other girls things healed or not. And it's so crazy because I'm so like happy with my boobs now. Like I'm so happy with my results in general, like my full body. I had always wanted small boobs. So going back to what I said, I always had big boobs, and I had always wanted small boobs. Like I always really just wanted to like not have to worry about wearing a bra and stuff. I just wanted small boobs. That's it. That's all I wanted. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, well, if I could get like implant boobs, like perky boobs, why not? Which is so dumb of me, whatever. So I ended up doing the implant route. But if I would have done just the reduction in the first place, it would have been easier. But yeah, I'm so happy with my results now. I feel like my boobs are literally the perfect size. I just love them so much. Like they're literally perfect. Like they match me and they suit me, because I feel like if I were to have bigger boobs, I would just look so much bigger from like the top and stuff. So like I feel like they match my waist and stuff. I don't know, you guys, but it was so crazy. It was just so crazy. Like I kid you guys not, I got to the point where I was like so skinny. I think I was like weighing 135 or 130. I don't remember exactly the weight, but I got to the point, you guys, where I was so skinny. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I think I had lost all my butt because of this. Like I had lost all of my results or whatever, and that's why it just hit me so much harder, because I'm like, how did I pay so much money to just like get so skinny, you know, and go through all of this? But I will insert pictures. Like I got so skinny to like where I had really nice abs because of how skinny I was. But I literally was, I was like 135, I think. And once I was fully like healed from my boobs, I slowly started to like feed my fat and stuff. So I gained all my weight back, which I'm so happy about. Like I think I would have been a little bit sad if I would have lost everything, but I did gain my weight back, because I went from like 135 to like 146 now. So yeah, I gained all of my booty back. I have lately like been eating and drinking and stuff a lot of protein, and yeah, I feel like I explained it so like cute and stuff, and I'm like, it was not cute, dude. Like it was literally like hell. Like I went through so much, and it's just so crazy. But I'm so happy like that I'm in such a better place now, and I'm healed, and I'm here, and I'm alive, and it's just like, I don't know, like it just sucks that I went through that. If I would have known that was gonna happen to me, of course I wouldn't do it, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't do something that was gonna affect you, but that's kind of the risk you take when it comes to procedures like this. Like you kind of take the risk that you don't know the outcome, because you don't know your body. You don't know how your body's gonna respond to the healing process of it all. So literally, I'm like, if somebody would have told me like, hey, your boob is gonna get infected and it's gonna take 3 months to heal, and like you're gonna have to get your implants taken out, like I wouldn't have. First of all, I lost all of that money that I paid. Second of all, like I was not having fun. Like it was horrible for me, and like I wouldn't have done it if I would have known all of these consequences that I went through. But literally, you live and you learn, and it's just life. A question you guys may have is like, would I get the implants again? Because even like the clinic where I got my implants taken out at, they were like, hey, do you ever want to get a breast augmentation again? And I'm like, heck no. Like count me out of that. Like I don't think I would. Ask me again in a couple years, maybe, but I don't think I would. As of right now, I'm really happy with my results. Fully like I love the size of my girls, so I feel like I would not get the implants. Like I would not get an implant in me, I don't think. But again, never say never. But yeah, I don't think I would do it now anymore. But yeah, other than that, this concludes the video. I love you guys so much. Please do your research, and yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye.